All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Move the screen down a little. Okay. And we'll get started just in a comfortable seat. And just give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay. Sweet. All right, so we'll get started in a comfortable seat. You can either sit on your heels or directly on your mat. You're on your mat, legs folded. You can either close your eyes or soften your gaze to the mat in front of you, placing your hands, palms face down. If you came joining us with enough energy today, if you feel like you need a little bit more energy, which is likely on this crappy day, you can turn your palms face up. Either keep your fingers relaxed or bring your index finger and thumb to touch. And then just begin to focus on your breathing. Taking nice long inhales, equally long exhales. Spine long, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders relax. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Maybe wiggle your fingers a couple of times and then let them relax. And then just focus on counting your breath today. So notice how long it takes for you to inhale, filling your belly first, then expanding your ribs, and then try to match the length of your exhale with how long it took you to inhale. And then just pause at the bottom of your breath before starting another round. Inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs. Exhale, equal amounts, release. Just do this a couple more times at the pace of your own breath. Then on your next round of breath, set your intention for class today. Maybe it is to remain focused on this breathing, remain focused on your yoga practice, or maybe there's something else you're working on or working through in your daily life that you want to set your yoga practice. Focus on that. And then to set that intention for class, we'll take one round of breath together. Begin by exhaling all of your air. Take a nice long inhale. Fill your belly, expand your ribs, open mouth, release. And you can either keep your eyes closed or gently float them open. As you inhale, sweep your arms overhead towards the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed. Then exhale, twist to the right, bringing your left hand onto your right knee, right hand behind you. We're just taking a gentle twist here. Just turning your chest towards the side, taking your gaze in that direction. And keeping that nice long spine, pulling your belly button towards your spine, which allows you to twist a little deeper. Then inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reaching up, shoulders relaxed. Then exhale, twist to the right, to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on your knee. Again, taking your gaze off to the direction of your twist, pulling your belly button toward your spine, letting those shoulders relax. Then on your next inhale, sweep your arms back overhead, coming back to center. And then exhale, drop your right hand down onto the mat, reach your left arm over your ear, keeping both sit bones grounded on the mat. Feel a nice stretch down your left side, both shoulders relax. Maybe walk that right hand out a little further if you want a deeper stretch. Maybe take your gaze up toward your arm. Then inhale, come back to center, reaching both arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop that left hand down, reach the right arm over your ear, both sit bones grounded. Turning your chest towards the center or top of your mat. Maybe taking your gaze up, both shoulders relaxed. Again, with both sit bones grounded, if you want to go a little deeper, you can walk that hand out a little further. And inhale, reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, bring the arms down. From here, come into Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of your feet to touch. You can have your feet as far away from you or close to you as feels comfortable. And you can grab onto your shins or your ankles, or maybe bring your thumbs on the bottom of your feet, fingers on the top. Whichever feels best for you to keep your spine nice and long. Lift your chest up. Take an inhale here. Then exhale with that long spine. Begin to fold forward until you can't go any further. And then you can round your back. Maybe walk your hands out onto the mat in front of you. Maybe you can let your head hang heavy, dropping your face towards your feet or the mat. Or maybe the crown of your head can come down. And inhale, walk your hands back. Then from here, cross your legs once again and make your way into your tabletop pose. In your table, your fingers are spread wide. Wrists are shoulder width distance apart. Wrist in line with shoulders. Knees are hip width distance apart. Knees in line with hips. Really pull your belly button toward your spine. Push into your hands to lift your chest. First, take your gaze just beyond the top of your mat. And then inhale, drop your belly towards the mat and gaze forward for cow pose. Inhale, pull your belly toward your spine, round your back, tuck your chin for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward for cow. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin for cat. And move through this for a few more rounds at the pace of your own breath. Keeping in mind those equal inhales and exhales that you're practicing in your seated pose. It would be nice and slow with intention through your cat-cows. Then on your next inhale, coming back into your tabletop pose. Extend your right leg behind you, tuck your right toes on the mat, and then push your heel towards the wall behind you, or whatever is behind you, pulling your belly button toward your spine, keeping your gaze towards the top of your mat, really feeling a stretch down the back of your right leg. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, bring that knee down, switching sides. Extend the left leg long, tuck your left toes on the mat. Push that heel behind you. Keep your belly button pulled in, chest lifted, gaze towards the top of your mat. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, bring that left knee down. Walk your hands a couple of inches above where they were. Tuck your both toes on the mat this time, and then just lift your knees an inch or two off the mat. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Push into your hands, keep your chest lifted. Gaze just beyond the top of your mat, and focus on your belly breathing. So the intention of this pose is to do a little bit of core work, but also to warm you up here. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, keep your knees bent, push your chest towards your thighs, coming into your downward facing dog. But for this round, really keeping those knees bent deeply, pushing your chest towards your thighs. Ears are between your biceps. You can kind of turn your biceps towards your ears. Really lift those hips up. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, walk your feet towards the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Keep your knees bent deeply in this forward fold as well as your first round to really allow your low back to relax. Let your chest fall toward your thighs. Let your head hang heavy, maybe coming into ragdoll. Grabbing opposite elbows with your hands. Maybe nodding your head yes, shaking it no. Maybe swaying your upper body from left to right, but keeping those hips steady. If you have the grip of your elbows, go ahead and release. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins or thighs, creating a flat back. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, coming into your mountain pose. From here, take your right foot and step it onto the opposite side of your left foot. So your legs are crossed. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, begin to fold forward. Maybe your fingertips can come down onto the mat. Might need to bring a slight bend into that left knee. Probably also the right knee. Whichever feels comfortable for you. And inhale, sweep your arms back up towards the ceiling. Switch your feet, so you're stepping your left foot onto the outside of your right. And then exhale, forward fold. Again, have a slight bend in one or both of those knees if you need to. Should feel a nice stretch down your right leg, the upper part of your right leg, around that IT band. And then inhale, come back up. Unwind your feet. And this time, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, forward fold. Bringing those feet hip-width distance apart once again. Letting your head hang heavy. Either pulling your hands behind you, or maybe you could lift them up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, release the grip of your hands. Coming down into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat, step back into a high plank. So we'll be here for a round of breath. Your wrist or shoulder width distance apart, wrist in line with shoulders. Really spread those fingers wide, hips in line with shoulders. And then drop your knees down onto the mat. Inhale, kind of rock forward. Exhale, bend those elbows, slowly lower down, hugging the elbows in by your side. We're going to inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, lower. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then push back through table or plank. Coming back into your downward facing dog. Stay here for a round of breath. This time you can straighten your legs. Maybe pedal your feet, dropping one heel and then the opposite heel. Really spreading those fingers wide. Pushing your chest towards your thighs, hips towards the ceiling. Then let those both heels drop down towards the mat, steadying in your downward facing dog. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Turn those biceps forward, away from your ears. Then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into that fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. This time you have an option. You can drop your knees down or keep them lifted. Wherever you are, inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down, hug those elbows in. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move through that one more time. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Same options. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga, hug those elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're always welcome to skip your vinyasa and go straight to your down dog if you need to. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold, plant your hands and step your left foot back, coming into a low lunge. I should warn you, I'm going to be flipping around a lot, but you just follow what I'm saying. Okay, so in your low lunge, walk that right foot forward so that your ankle and knee are in one line. Then once you're there, drop that back knee down onto the mat. And then inhale, bring your hands onto your thigh first. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward, so both are parallel to the top of the mat. You can either stay here or sweep your arms towards the ceiling for a modified high lunge. Shoulders relaxed. And from here, inhale, pull your hips back until your left hip is in line with your left knee. And then exhale, bend back into that front knee. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, lunge forward. One more. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, lunge forward. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bring your left hand down onto the mat, into the inside of your right foot. Then turn your chest toward your thigh, reaching your right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe gazing up towards that right hand. And then take a round breath here. Take one more inhale. Then exhale, bring that right hand back down onto the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, and step the back foot forward to meet the front into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, this time stepping your right foot back, coming into that lunge. Walking that left foot forward until your ankle and knee are in one line, then dropping that back knee down. Inhale, bring your hands onto your thigh. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Stay here, or sweep your arms towards the ceiling, modified high lunge. Inhale, pull your right hip back in line with your right knee. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, lunge. One more round. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand down onto the mat, left arm towards the ceiling, turning your chest toward your left thigh. Maybe taking your gaze up towards your left hand. Take one round of breath here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, plant your hand on the mat, tuck those back toes, lift that back knee up. This time stepping the back foot forward, stepping the front foot back into your plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk forward into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step that left foot back, coming into your low lunge. This time, keeping that back knee lifted. Inhale, come up, placing your hands on your right thigh, and then sweeping your arms towards the ceiling, high lunge. Pulling that right hip back, left hip forward, really coming up onto those back toes, help straighten that back leg. Then from here, inhale, straighten your right leg, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. One more round, inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, twist to the right, pulling your right hand behind you, left arm forward, turning your chest toward your right thigh, placing your palms so your palms are facing out toward your leg. And then maybe you can take your gaze over your back fingertips. Really bend into that front knee. Take one round of breath here. Then on your next inhale, sweep those arms back towards the ceiling, chest forward, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and step the back foot forward to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands this time. Step your right foot back, coming into that low lunge. Bend into your front knee. And then inhale, bring your hands first onto your left thigh. And then reach your arms towards the ceiling for your high lunge. Pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. One more round. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand behind you. Right fingertips forward. Palms facing towards your left thigh. Maybe taking your gaze toward your back fingertips. Bending into that front knee. Take a round of breath here. Inhale, come back into your high lunge. Chest forward, arms up. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. It's time to step the front foot back into your high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, palms at heart center for your prayer pose. And then down by your side, palms facing forward. We'll just take a couple rounds of breath here. Bringing awareness back to our breathing. Focusing on those nice long inhales and equally long exhales. Inhale, sweep those arms back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step that right foot back, or I'm sorry, that left foot back into your low lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, high lunge. Then exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left fingertips forward. Take one inhale here. And then exhale, bring that left hand down onto the mat, to the inside of your right foot, and then reach that right arm towards the ceiling. Coming back into this low lunge twist. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, switch where your hands are. So you're going to bring your right hand down onto the inside of your right foot and spin that back foot down onto the mat so that your front ankle is in line with the arch of your back foot. And then inhale, reach that left arm towards the ceiling. Switch again. So you're in an extended side angle with your fingertips down on the mat. You're bending into that front knee. Maybe taking your gaze up towards your left fingertips. And then on your next inhale, come into your warrior two. So coming up from your extended side angle, bringing your arms parallel to the mat, bending into that front knee, taking your gaze over your front fingertips. But first, check down at that big toe on your right foot. If you can't see it, pull your knee towards your pinky toe. Your shoulders and hips are in alignment. Shoulders relax. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior, bringing that left hand down onto your back thigh or maybe wrapped around your low back. Gaze up towards your right fingertips, still bending into that front knee. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, back into your extended side angle. This time you could either gently rest your forearm on your front thigh, or you could bring those fingertips back down onto the mat, onto the inside of that right foot. Take your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Then inhale, come back up into your warrior two, bending into that front knee. And then go ahead and straighten that right leg. Bring your feet parallel to one another first, and then pull your heels in, toes out, hands at heart center. Take an inhale here. Exhale, goddess squat. Dropping your tailbone down towards the mat. Your back feels like it could rest on the wall behind you. If not, just kind of come out of the squat a little bit. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Straighten those legs. Exhale, come back down into the squat. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, reach your arms up, straighten your legs. Star pose. Exhale, squat. 1 more time. Inhale, star pose. And exhale, squat. Stay here for a round of breath. Dropping that tailbone down. Then inhale, straighten those legs. From here, you're gonna walk your feet in a little closer, still with your heels in, toes out, but your feet are a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Take an inhale here. Exhale, come all the way down into your Malasana squat. So we'll try to keep our feet planted on the mat as we drop down. You may need to sit a little higher if your heels start coming up. Bring our elbows into the inside of our thighs, hands at heart center, gazing forward. And we'll take a round of breath here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, plant your hands. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling, forward fold. Walk those feet back into center. And then we'll inhale, flat back here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. And then we'll turn ourselves back towards the top of our mats. And then exhale, fold down once again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat. Step your right foot back, coming into your low lunge. Then inhale, come up, high lunge, sweeping your arms towards the ceiling. Then exhale, twist to the left. Pulling that left hand behind you, right hand forward, palms facing towards that left thigh. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, bring that right hand down onto the inside of your left foot. Coming into your low lunge twist, reaching that left arm towards the ceiling. You're taking your gaze up towards that hand. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, switch where your hands are. So left hand comes onto the inside of your left foot. Spin that back foot down onto the mat. Then right hand towards the ceiling. Coming into that extended side angle. Check to make sure your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Bend into that front knee. Both shoulders relaxed. Gazing up toward your fingertips maybe. That feels good for your neck. Then inhale, warrior two. Coming up, so your shoulders and hips are in one line. Bending into that front knee. Arms parallel to the mat. Taking your gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, flip that front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand down onto your back leg, still bending into that front knee. Left arm towards the ceiling. Taking your gaze up. Shoulders relaxed. Then inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle once again. Gently resting the forearm on your thigh or dropping that hand back down onto the mat. Wherever you are, your chest is turned open. Right arm towards the ceiling. Or maybe you want to reach that right arm over your ear towards the top of your mat. Then inhale, come back up. Warrior two. And then straighten that front leg. Turn your feet parallel to one another. Walk those feet in a little bit and then turn your heels in, toes out. This is for our goddess squat. So you'll want kind of a wider stance here. Inhale, palms to heart center. And then exhale, drop those hips down, coming into your squat. Tailbone towards the mat, spine long, crown of your head towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna stay here this time. So you could stay where you are, or inhale, lift your right heel off the mat. Exhale, lower it. Inhale, left heel off the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lift both heels up at the same time, coming onto your tippy toes. You can inhale here. Exhale, maybe sit a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, heels back down. Inhale, star pose. Reach your arms up, straighten those legs. And exhale, hands back at heart center. Walk those feet a little closer. Preparing for your malasana squat. The feet a little wider than your hips. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, begin to come down into your malasana squat. Again, keeping those feet grounded. Your heels start to come up. So lift up a little bit. Then you can either take the same option, bringing your elbows onto the inside of your thighs, hands at heart center, or you can reach your arms up towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. Whew. This is the moment when you realize you've been sitting too much. Really breathing into that hip area. Exhale, maybe you can sit a little lower. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, straighten those legs, hands down. Coming into your forward fold. Walking those feet back, hip width distance apart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Turn back towards the top of your mat. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. This time lowering all the way down. If you haven't been, keep those elbows hugged in. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, lower. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Push back through table or plank. Downward facing dog. In your down dog, really lift your hips towards the ceiling. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Chest coming towards your thighs. Turn those biceps forward. Take a round of breath here. Maybe pedaling your feet once again like you did at the beginning of class. Then on your next inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk your feet forward into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. And exhale, hands at heart center. We're gonna come into a balancing pose from here. So bring your hands onto your hips and then begin to shift. Well, let's first focus on both feet. So bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Then focus on where your weight is located in those feet. So kind of rock back and forth, shifting weight between your heels, the balls of your feet. And then find that balance where you have equal weight in the balls of your feet and heels. Lift your toes, wiggle them a couple of times, and then let your toes come down onto the mat. Then from here, we're going to shift weight into your right foot. And then lift your left knee up, so it's as if you're gonna step on a stair in front of you. So your foot is flexed, leg is at a 90-degree angle. And then from here, inhale, kind of open your hips up, so bringing that knee off to the side. Foot is still flexed. Both hips are facing forward. Then on your next inhale, bring it back to center. From here, bring your left ankle onto your right thigh. So your knee is pulling out towards the side as much as you can. And then you can either keep your hands on your hips and stay here, or bring your palms to heart center. And inhale, stay here, or exhale, bend into that right knee, pulling that left knee towards the floor, coming down into your chair pose, one-legged chair pose. You can keep your gaze on a spot in front of you, your drishti, to help you with your balance. And then try to pull those hips back. So if you feel comfortable peeking down at your toes, that you're able to see them. On your next inhale, begin to come out, coming up into a stand first, and then bringing that foot down onto the mat. Be pedaling your feet, shaking out that right foot. And then we'll switch sides. Bringing your hands back onto your hips. Focus on the weight in both of your feet first. And then begin to shift weight into your left foot. Inhale, lift your right knee up, creating that 90-degree angle, flexing that right foot like you're going to step on a stair in front of you. Then on your inhale, pull that knee off to the side, opening up, hips still facing forward, flexing that right foot. Then inhale, come back to center. And then bring that right ankle onto your thigh, opening the knee up towards the side. Stay here, or inhale your hands to heart center. And again, you can stay here, or begin to bend into that left knee, coming down into a seat. Palms at heart center, chest forward. Pull those hips back so you can still see your toes if you peek down at them. Keeping that right foot flexed, keeping your gaze on your drishti. Then on your next inhale, slowly begin to come out, straightening that leg first, and then dropping the foot down into the mat, arms by your side, shaking out a little bit. And then we're going to inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling. And then exhale, come down into your chair pose on both feet. You're dropping your hips back. Gaze down at your toes. If you can't see them, pull your hips back a little. Wiggle those toes a couple of times. Pull your belly button toward your spine. If your shoulders need more space, you can come into goalpost arms instead. Keeping that chest lifted. And then we're going to inhale our palms to heart center. Exhale, twist to the right. So you're going to hook your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Really push into your hands to turn your chest off to the side. Right elbow towards the ceiling. Peek down at your knees. You might need to pull that left knee back. Both knees are in one line. Then we're going to inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Hooking that right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Pulling your hips back. Checking those knees, making sure they're both in one line. Left elbow towards the ceiling. Gazing off to the side. Then inhale back to center. And straighten your legs, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. One last mountain pose. Then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. High plank. Moving through your last vinyasa. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. We're gonna go inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really lift those hips up. Pedal your feet a couple of times. And then settle into your downward facing dog for a round of breath. Chest toward your thighs. Biceps turned away from your ears. And then inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees down. Come into a seat on your heels. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Feet facing forward. Toes towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep your arms up. With a nice long spine. Shoulders relaxed. And then exhale, begin to fold forward. Bringing your hands to your shins, ankles, or toes. Grounding your spine. Letting your face fall towards your thighs or your shins. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to come up, reaching those arms towards the ceiling. And then kind of pull your left leg out off to the side so it's at an angle away from you. Then bring the bottom of your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh. And then we're going to take our left hand, and you can either rest it on your shin, palm face up, or bring that arm onto the inside of your leg. And then you're going to reach your right arm towards the ceiling, and then reach it over your ear like you're reaching towards your toes. Really turning your chest open, feeling a nice stretch down your right side, maybe taking your gaze up toward your arm. Then inhale, come back up, switching sides. Extend that right leg out, bottom of your left foot onto the inside of your thigh. Same option, either resting your arm face up on your shin, palm face up, I should say, or taking it onto the inside of your thigh. Reach your left arm towards the ceiling first, and then reach it over your ear to reaching towards your toes. Maybe take your gaze up towards your arm, feeling a nice stretch down your left side. Then inhale, come back up, reaching both arms towards the ceiling. Then exhale, you can bring your arms down. From here, we're going to come into a double pigeon. So you're going to we'll start with your left leg on the bottom. So you're creating kind of a triangle with your legs. So your shin is parallel to the top of your mat, and then you're going to bring your right leg on top. So your ankle on your right foot should be in line with your knee, and your knee should be in line with your left ankle. And if you peek down, you can see a triangle there. Now this knee might be really popped up or coming all the way down to the ankle. The goal though is to see, no matter where you are, the triangle there. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, flex both feet, and then exhale, begin to fold forward. Try to keep those sit bones grounded, fold forward with a flat spine or a long spine so you can't go any further, and then place your hands on the mat. And then you can begin to round your spine if it feels comfortable for you, folding over your legs. Should feel a stretch on your right hip area. Inhale, walk your hands back. Coming up with that long spine. And then switching sides. Bringing your right leg onto the bottom, left leg on top. Again, left ankle in line with right knee, left knee in line with right ankle. Flexing both feet. Check for that triangle. And then inhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, flex both feet. That long spine, begin to fold forward. Again, until you can't go any further. And then round your spine, placing your hands on the mat. Maybe you're able to fold over those legs. And this side might feel different from the other, so take any adjustments you need here. But you should feel a stretch in your left hip area. In your next inhale, walk your hands back, coming up with that long spine, and unwind your legs. And then we'll get ready to come down onto the mat. First, we'll do a little bit of core work. So bending your knees towards the ceiling. Grab behind your thighs. Really lift your chest up so your spine is nice and long. Then begin to rock back, coming into your boat pose. Maybe keeping your toes on the mat, or begin to lift those shins parallel to the mat, flexing your feet forward. Keeping that nice long spine. Maybe you can bring your arms by your side. And you can either stay here or inhale, begin to straighten those legs, kind of lower halfway down, hovering. Then exhale, come back up, pull your knees into your chest. Inhale, straighten, lower halfway. Exhale, knees into your chest. Inhale, straighten, lower halfway. Exhale, knees into your chest. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, straighten, lower halfway. Exhale, knees into your chest. 1 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, knees into your chest. Now, everyone, straighten your legs. And then slowly come all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms overhead. Point your toes for a nice big stretch. And then exhale your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug, rocking from side to side, massaging that low back. And then we'll come into a happy baby for our final pose, grabbing behind your thighs or the outsides of your feet or your big toes, pulling your knees toward your armpits, feet towards the ceiling. And then maybe rocking from side to side here. And we'll make our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. But first, hug your knees into your chest 1 more time. Inhale, pull your forehead towards your knees. And then exhale, release. Extending your legs long, arms by your side, stretched out away from you, palms towards the ceiling. Lift your chest up, bring your shoulder blades closer together underneath you, and then lower back down. And then focus back in on your breathing. Kind of do a body scan here, checking to make sure your feet are relaxed, hips are sinking into the mat. Wiggle your fingers a couple of times, let them relax. Shoulders are relaxed, sinking into the mat. Forehead and jaw relaxed. And keep your awareness on your yoga practice. We take these last few minutes to ourselves, and I'll walk you out of Shavasana when it's time. Begin to bring awareness back to your breath. Bring life into your body by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling your ankles and wrists, maybe letting your chin drop from left to right. And inhale, reach your arms overhead for one last morning/afternoon stretch. Then exhale your knees into your chest. Then roll onto your left or right side. Shavasana B, fetal pose. We use this pose as an opportunity to transition back into our day. And inhale, begin to make your way up into your comfortable seat. Facing forward, long spine, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Either keeping your eyes closed or softening your gaze to a spot on the floor in front of you. Then we'll close our practice today by taking one round of breath together, sealing the intention we set at the beginning of class. Begin by exhaling all of your air. Take a nice long inhale. Fill your belly, expand your ribs, open mouth, release. Invite you to inhale your palms to heart center for your prayer pose, bowing your head in gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today, for making space in your home for your yoga practice, and I thank you for joining me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.